Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another two-gun match on Forgotten Weapons. Today, I am shooting a Colt 733 clone with a ring sight. This is actually the same sight, the same style of sight that was put on the original P90, FNP90 submachine guns or PDWs. It is a very old style of sight, and it's not very great. So this is the sight picture that you get here. It's just a white ring, and it's actually pretty dim. All right, so the first stage here actually starts with some pistol. I, once again, only for the first stage though, put my thumbs in the wrong place with my alien. Let's see how the rest of this goes. There we go, that's a bit better. Not perfect yet, but making good progress on shooting with the Laugo alien. This required you drop the mag and fire your last round on the static plate. I, of course, managed to have my last round empty the magazine, so I had to put in a new mag. And now we have a spinner with our carbine, and this is where I was kind of worried. The spinner is really hard to see there. It is, in fact, out there. You'll see it once I start hitting it. There we go. Much to my surprise, the dot sight actually kind of works. It takes me a minute here to get going. But once I do, I make some pretty short work of this spinner. There we go, hitting the top and the bottom. This is a non-magnified optic, so it's just a plain 1X. And one more. And there we go, spun. Really way better performance than I expected.
7747. All right, you're clear. Here's your chamber flag. I was really thinking I'd have a lot more trouble seeing the target, but that ring sight actually works remarkably well. It's virtually impossible to see that spinner against the backdrop, and dirt on the ground, but remarkable. Let's see how it does in the next two stages.
All right, we're gonna start with pistol again. This is a stage with a bunch of running. You alternate hitting a pair of full-size silhouettes at about 50 yards with the rifle, and then hitting a pair of plates with the pistol. So I'm starting with just a plain aluminum 20 rounder on this one because I should only need 16 shots, and the 20s just look cooler with a little carbine like that. This is a clone of a Colt 733, which was one of the early carbine designs. I'm gonna blast over to the rifle target area. The biggest functional downside that I see with the ring sight is I have trouble acquiring it. It takes some time. It's not totally intuitive. It's not co-witness with the iron sights. The ring sight that I have there specifically is designed to be used on an AR carry handle. So it fits the carry handle exactly. It's held on by just one nut on the bottom. And so you can't adjust the height at all. You cannot co-witness it to your irons. You also can't use the irons through the ring sight. But once I can get a sight picture with it, it's actually pretty good. The reticle is just a ring. There is no dot in the center. So you put the ring over, centered on whatever it is that you want to hit. I'm also, by the way, having a really good time with the Laugo there, making a bunch of clean hits. The intent of this stage, of course, was to get you out of breath and make your shooting much poorer as a result. Definitely got me a little bit out of breath by the end of this. It's a whole bunch of fast sprints in a row. I'm getting tired now, and I actually had a miss. There we go. Follow that up with a proper hit. Second hit. That's it for pistol. I've got one more set of shots on the rifle. The cameraman is really happy that we're almost done with this back and forth sprinting. So on a carbine like this, there's not a lot of recoil. Follow-up shots are pretty darn easy. It's just a matter of finding the sight the first time. All right, our third stage here, this is actually stage 1 for me. I shot them out of order.
I'm Barney loading it.
I'm Barney loading this thing because this stage requires 20 rifle hits. And I've got a 20 round mag And I figure, well, I can give myself 21 and get one miss, and then maybe I can shoot the rest of the stage clean. Essentially, we've got 2 steel targets, and you have to double tap them both from each of the hula hoops, total of 5 times. So, that, just like that. Except I already made my one miss. Yep, and now I'm hosed. Now I'm making lots of misses. This is as close as it gets to a precision long-range stage in this particular match. And the ring sight definitely starts to go downhill at longer ranges. It'll work here, as you can see. I have a few misses, but part of that is just that I'm trying to go faster than I can shoot. Change out for a new mag. There we go, that's better. And then sprint up to the table and engage some pistol plates at the end of the stage. There we go. Overall, this match is going really pretty well. This one, you were shooting through barricades mostly, and so what you have to do is double tap one of the plates and then move to a different position on the barricade. So a little bit of movement, a little bit of odd positions, but nothing particularly terrible. From the middle here, I just have to engage them offhand. It's easy on the full-size plate. It's a little bit trickier on the small one. And one of the issues I have is, back to shoot the middle plate, because I didn't get my hits on it. I was not really able to hear my hits on the plate. So when I had a good shot, it felt good. I assumed that I had made a hit, and I moved on, and on that center plate, I wasn't actually making hits. There we go. Once again, you engage each target through a different port, or change ports between targets. I'm trying to go fast here, and that bites me a little bit. See, like that, I thought that was a hit on the center plate. It was actually a miss, came back, and then missed it again, and had to go back and make that shot up. There we go. So, overall here, the ring sight's really, I'm impressed by how well it's doing. It's not like, it's worse than a red dot in literally every way, except perhaps the weight and size, which is tiny. But despite being worse than a red dot in essentially every way, it actually did quite well for me. You saw I'm in, the worst I did on any stage was 11th. I ended up 8th out of 48 shooters overall in the match, which is really pretty darn cool. So I'll do a full video later on the ring sight. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.